Hello to everyone who is going to watch this video. This is Ricardo Junior Reyes. I am an English teacher. I teach English in public schools in 2023 and Elias Piña. Currently I'm teaching in a high school. But before I was teaching also in private school, private courses. Today I'm going to be sharing with you about the differences between phonetics and phonology. And we can say that practically the difference between them are that phonetics study the physical aspect of a sound while phonology study the function or the mental aspect of a sound. If we can set an example of it, let's say for example in Spanish the word casa and caza, that we know that they have differences with the S and Z, but phonetic will say that in some region those words are pronounced like the same but has different meaning, and people identify the differences while speaking just because they omit some sounds because of the region they used to use the word, for example casa and casa for both meaning. So both words pronounced in the same way have different meaning. While phonology will say the different as they study the function of a word, they focus on the function of the meaning of a word. And if we say casa, casa and casa, they will identify the differences between them and the correct one. So they will focus the attention on the differences of the word, the correct way of saying them, the meaning that each one will express depending on the pronunciation or the letter, the form of the word is what I understand. And also let's talk about strategies I like to use, I consider effective from teaching English, especially for listening or for pronunciation. I consider that we have to engage the student in a language, so just using English. I love this strategy, using just English in class. I know that at the beginning the students consider it is very hard, but it will help them get used to use the language. They will hear the language every day, and they will going to be repeating as a child. You know, a child don't speak perfectly since they are born. No, they are getting better by the time. So as much English as you use in the class, better your student will be. Also, a second strategy I will combine with that is the use of realia in the class to use the mother language to give understand the topic or what you're explaining. For example, if I'm talking about I'm talking about school supplies, I will bring to the class school supplies, and I will show them the school supplies and say, oh, this is eraser, pen, pencil, and they will identify what I'm talking about because I'm showing them the realia. In this way, I can omit using the mother language, and they will understand that we speak the language learning. They will use the language learning, and it will help them improve the speaking, the listening, comprehension, so everything, because they will be engaged in the language. And it is the main problem we have here in the Dominican Republic, as the students are not in the context of English. They go out of the classroom and they don't find anyone to use the language they are learning in the classroom. So we have to use the language as much as we can in the language, using reality as much as possible, and using the English all the time. So what I think, thank you so much for paying attention to me. Bye bye.